Salute. How you doing? Welcome to Cooking While Drunk. Today I'm sipping on a little bit of Pyramid Hefeweizen. Really good. Made in the West Coast. We used to have a brew pub here in Berkeley, but they closed down a number of years ago. But still, a very good beer. Actually, one of my first Hefeweizens were from Pyramid. Annika is sipping on a little bit of limoncello water with orange juice and a piece of basil. So we're gonna make one pan chicken dish. All right, one pan, easy peasy. Takes a little while. So first up, I seasoned some chicken with some salt and black pepper, and now we're just going to put a little oil in the pan, and we're just gonna brown them off. When you see the pan, the oil starts to shimmer a little bit, like that. It's nice and ready. All right, so pardon me, my love. So we're gonna put our chicken in. We're gonna brown our chicken, and then we'll be right back. All right, we're back after we had to get her beautiful apron on. So we're drinking a little bit of Corey Sauvignon Blanc. Browned off the chicken, and then now I drained some of the fat. Look at that delicious looking fat. Okay, and then now I drained out some of the fat, put it back over the heat. Now we're going to brown some onions. And yes, I left those brown bits in there, which is fine because I want that flavor that is called fond. Normally, I would actually deglaze right about now. Salt assistant. You pour the salt. You put your drink down? Or is that too good? She's drinking limoncello with a little bit of lemon juice and some chocolate mint.
I'm not putting it into
okay. A little bit of salt, just to help bring out some of the moisture. So we didn't know chocolate mint was something real. I know chocolate mint from Andes and Franco chocolates. I didn't know it was an actual herb. We happened to see it at Lowe's, and I said, what is this? I pinched the leaf, no one's looking, I smelled it and tasted it, I said, oh my God, chocolate mint. We bought the plant. So now it's thriving in our backyard, and we can't use it fast enough. So, the onions are going to start to soften up. As they soften up, we're going to release some of their moisture, which will help deglaze the pan. And to help deglaze the pan, now that it's hot again, we're going to use about half a cup of some of this delicious white wine. And the reason why I say half a cup is because it's so tasty, I'm not going to use a whole lot more. So, anywhere between a quarter and half a cup. And the rest will be for us. I tend to use a little more, but not on a wine that's this delicious. You see how like right away, all those brown bits just start scraping up. So the way you get the brown bits to scrape up, instead of using metal tongs on a pan, just use your little spatula to get in there and scrape up those bits. All right, so you're gonna let these soften for about 5 minutes. And when we come back, we'll go to the next step, which is more aromatics. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's how good it is.
Let me do it.
Do the dance.
I have new ballet dance.
What's that? Oh, good job. Be careful in the kitchen, though. All right, so the chicken is cooking. I mean, the onions. Look at the wine's already getting them. So the onions have cooked down. So this is about 2 shallots. So about 2 shallots and a bunch of garlic. The garlic. How many cloves did I put? If you, again, our motto is, if you think it's too much, add 2 more cloves. You can never have enough garlic in this house. So once you start to smell the garlic, it is time for the next step. And the next step's easiest. It has the easiest preparation of all. So, sit for a second. And next comes a can of diced tomatoes. Easy to use. Now you can use fresh tomatoes if you want to go ahead and blanch, skin, or peel, seed, and dice to get about a pound. But why bother? Just use a can. This is all you really need. And the juice comes in great. And when no one's looking, I like tomato juice. Do you like tomato juice? Do you like tomatoes? You can't drink this because the can is sharp. I can get you a spoon.
Okay.
There you go. What did you have this morning for your breakfast? What type of juice did you have? V8?
V8.
A kid that loves V8, you know? She definitely takes after me. Alright, so now I'm just going to add in 1 can of diced tomatoes. This is the regular dice. So now we're going to add a little bit of herbage in the way of 1 sprig, or 1 heavy sprig of thyme. I'm just gonna, I don't even bother chopping it up.
Also from our garden.
Yes. Actually, I'll reserve that one to put on top of the chicken. That sounds like a good idea. And some basil. Also from our garden.
My apron is untied.
Okay, 1 moment.
And I'm just going to pull them apart.
This smells so good.
Okay, so now that this is getting nice and the liquid is starting to cook out a little bit more, my oven is set to 375. We're just going to pile on the chicken. Oop, come on. Just nestle them around. Well, that's a little thigh. That's an Annika size thigh. That's a small one too. Another reason why I like using quarters or even cutting up a whole chicken for this recipe is because you know all the parts are from the same chicken. And then all that, you see all that? Yeah. Pour it all in. Here we go. And then you take your last heavy sprig, and I will just kind of sporadically sprinkle it all around. One in the center. There we go. And the sticks you can still use too, because they have a lot of flavor in them too. That's it. So now kill the heat. Pop the top. Oh look, there's some basil that fell, so they will get tossed in. This will take about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on the efficiency of your oven. So I'd say 30 to 45 minutes, about 30 to 35 minutes. Hit it with the probe, you know, pierce the chicken this way, not this way. You want to go this way, parallel to the bone, along. So if the bone's here, you want to go this way. You don't want to go up to the bone like this. You want to go this way to the bone till you get to about 165 degrees. Because when you take it out of the pan, you're going to let it rest for about 5 minutes. It'll come back up to temperature. So while this is cooking, in about 25 minutes, I'm going to put on this pot of water, and we're going to blanch some French beans, and that will be our other vegetables. All right. So again, one pan chicken. Here we go. Cheers.
I already did cheers.
Salute.
If you haven't noticed, there's the ice queen now.
She's ice cream. Oh, I'm hungry for ice cream. What?
What do you mean?
She said you're ice cream.
No, she said that I'm the ice queen.
Oh, ice queen. Got it. All right.
Where's all my ice?
It melted. Oh,
Here we go. Water's boiling. Cat's jumping out the window.
Oh my gosh, she really is up there.
So, boiling water. The green beans go in. These are actually French beans. And I just throw them in a pot of lightly salted water. So water was boiling. I toss them in and I turn off the heat. And I'm going to let them sit for a minute. So the chicken came out. It's been resting for about 5 minutes or so. Probably a little longer than that. I temped it. They're at 165 when it came out. So it's probably about 170, 175 now. So as you see, I have a pot holder on the handle. Anytime you take something out of an oven, a pan, you always want to put a pot holder or a towel, or sometimes I'll take this one and I'll feed it like this. Just so you know that the handle is hot. I have never burned myself, but once I started learning this trick, I always want to do it just to be consistent. So that way my wife or my daughter will learn the same thing. I'm going to take out the chicken. Actually, let me just crank this on. And I'm going to turn it back on high for a second just to reduce the sauce for a little bit. And now to reduce the sauce, you can do a couple different things. You can make a kneaded butter, which is flour and butter equal parts, and basically use a fork and mash them together. You can do a corn starch slurry, which is you take some of the hot liquid and then you add cornstarch to it and you kind of like stir it together. I'm going to do neither. I'm actually just going to let it kind of boil out a little bit. I don't want the thickness of it. It's just rich enough as it is.
Somebody down here smells like mint.
I've been eating the leaves and
I knew
looking
that
at
'cause I
Kitty.
smelled it.
I was looking at Kitty, making sure. She's trying to get out.
She's
I'm
not
gonna go
gonna
get
escape.
her.
There's no way out. She's fine, Annika.
As I stir it around, I'm fishing out the big pieces of thyme. This will take a few minutes to come out, and we are going to finish it with just some plain butter. Add a small dab of butter.
Here to
I'm
take.
going to turn the heat down a little bit. So as the butter is incorporated, I'm not doing this to thicken it, but the butter will give like a nice little sheen
And yum.
and yumminess, because who does not like butter?
Me.
So every time you don't like butter, you love butter.
Mommy, can I have butter on my pancakes? Mommy, that wasn't enough.
So if you
Can I
notice,
have more?
as you can tell, it's starting to sheen up a little bit. It gets a nice little glossy look.
Can I have butter
I think-
on my pancakes later?
One more little dab.
Why is
Now I'm
it
not doing
so-
full a pat of butter is
Oh yeah, I forgot.
a tablespoon. I'm doing like maybe quarter teaspoons at a time. All right. One more, and you don't put the next one in until the previous one has completely melted. Give this a second for it to cool down. Take my beans. They've been steeping, kind of like tea, for a couple of minutes.
Where?
Toss.
Where? This arm?
And then I also run them through cold water. The cold water will stop the cooking process. Here's the official taste tester. What do you think? Tell the camera what you think. So I'm just going to hit them with a little bit of salt. Gotta pay the helper.
That's it. No more.
Okay, now look at the sauce. See how it thickened up a little bit? Has that nice sheen, nice glossiness to it. Give it a taste for seasoning. It's good. I think it needs a hit of some fresh black pepper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just don't count. I just keep turning until my wrist hurts. Then I flip it. There. Oops. With the wine glasses in my way, you know how do you fix that? You just take the wine glass and you take a sip. So this is one skillet chicken. Simple dish, easy, and now we've got our, so I've got to toss the green beans. Green beans that are blanched, crispy, crunchy. Oh, and the wine. I switched over to 19 Crimes, which is from South Australia. Not bad. Pretty good. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching Cooking While Drunk. You guys have a wonderful, I'll say weekend, because who knows when I'm going to upload this. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. You want to see more videos? Hit that subscribe button.
Welcome for A for Annika.
That's right, A for Annika.
And A for Aladdin and Abley.
And this is the Eat House. E-A-T. Elizabeth, Annika, and Tony.
And
Peace out.
Hoshi, and Nori.
Oh yeah, Nerese is our cat. You may have saw the cat trying to jump out the window. We've had her for about a month now. Yeah, and the one guy who didn't want a cat said, hey, let's get a cat today. And we went to go buy dog food only. Anyways, peace out, rock on.
Never rock on, do ballet.